Recently, this news article made quite a headline, a remark passed by Honorable Chief Justice of India pertaining to Lord Vishnu, wherein he seems to be questioning the faith of the gentleman who filed the writ petition. Let me give you a background what was the case all about so you get a context. So it was an application under Article 32 which deals with fundamental rights. When one's fundamental right has been violated, there is a provision that allows the victim to approach Supreme Court for a relief. Now, this litigant sought some sort of probably direction for restoration of an archaeological site where there is this Lord Vishnu temple. And the Honorable Chief Justice seems to implying that, well, if you are such a strong devotee, why not go ask your God to fix the issue? Now, in a manner, this is a very insensitive remark and culturally insensitive or religiously insensitive. People who really believe in God, not those ultra educated individuals, they would definitely not feel very amicable towards this sort of remark. They are derogatory, they are pejorative remarks. And I can tell you one other thing: had this same similar kind of remark made in relation to some other religion, there are some radical religions as well. The next day, there would have been riot on the street. So I think, in a way, Honorable Chief Justice of India should be thankful that since Hindu religion or people who follow Hindu religion are quite passive, unless and until there is a direct or imminent threat to their existence. Otherwise, people can talk about any smack, and still, common people will go on with their lives, not so much bothered. And I think, again, not to brag about Hindu religion, but this is one of the very few religions wherein the religion itself teaches to ask questions. So, if anybody follows Upanishad, they would know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about all these things. What I'm rather going to highlight on this issue of moral uh, preaching by judges. I remember a couple of months or maybe last year, there was a Calcutta High Court judge who asked this girl to control her sexual energy or urges so that she doesn't get into trouble. Now, this kind of moral preaching or moral lecturing this kind of behavior is a quality that are not at all desirable from judges or people who are sitting out there. Now, I know, again, I'm not here to criticize them. Rather, what I'm going to share my bit of understanding of psychological why this happens. Why most of the or many of the judges you would see if you visit courtroom, they would become very personal with the matters, uh, wherein the requirement is that a judge or judges should confine themselves strictly within rules and the statutes. Now, there are two main reasons why this attitude of moral lecturing or this priestly attitude come from. And one thing we know, this attitude is very prevalent in Indian culture. If we have 1.4 billion people, out of I think 3.9 billion are preachers. We all love giving lectures, free lectures definitely. And since the judges, they come through the same society, they come from the same fabric of life, you can't expect them to be any different. But we do expect that judges should have a greater self restraining ability. They are not common individuals, they're individuals with a great responsibility, and when they get personal, they behave uh, as a consequence of their basic instinct. People suffer. Now, coming back to the psychological explanation, the two factors that actually that actually manifest into this moral lecturing or priestly attitude. Number one, it is the low self-esteem. People, when you are empty inside, you feel like we use morality rather to inflate our self-esteem before the society, and it kind of gives you a feeling that somehow you are superior or you have certain values in the society because you are giving these great talks or dialogues. And the second reason is ego complex, which is a Jungian idea. Now, the ego complex is not being able to separate your emotion or yourself from the role that you are playing. Think of actors or actress. When an actor is acting, certain qualities are required. He cannot act based on his personal emotion. Rather, his acting is based on the script. The judges also have a similar kind of, one can say, ecology system. They have a very specific responsibility when they are sitting in those chairs, that is, deciding matters according to laws or statutes or precedent. Now, if we take the same example of this dismissing of writ petition, nothing is wrong. Definitely, he can interpret the statute. He could probably simply just say that this is not a matter that we can entertain under Article 32. There are other departments, uh, for example, ASI, which they have cited. So you need to approach this department and get necessary instruction or whatever the prayer that you are seeking. So your first point of contact would be ASI, not judiciary. Having noted, the matter could have been dispensed with, but not by getting personal, because that remark stem from a sort of from an attitude. I'm not quite sure how to put it, but when you are culturally insensitive individual, though I have heard the same honorable chief justice going on and talking about we prefer secularism or judiciary is secular, so on and so forth. Again, preaching and practicing, they are two different ideas. But if that is the case, still I would say that he is at great fall, because when he is sitting in that chair, he is not there to do moral lecturing, or there is one other Hindi word called tippani. Those are not the qualities that we would require. And the other danger is, if it is coming from the highest court of the nation, think of what the trial court, I mean, what they are entitled to do. They can probably talk more shit about culture, sentiment, things like that. So, in a way, they need to be much more cautious towards this sort of events. Not to say that can be that can have multiple interpretation, and should restrain themselves within their judiciary duty or within the qualities that judiciary require. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Thank you.